One of the antennas on the water tower is blown over.
Oh,
Really?
From tonight?
I just noticed it when I come out of the community center.
Could be.
Are we
That's
live,
pretty good
Echo?
wind.
We're live.
All
Must
right.
not be Mark Twain's antenna, I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't noticed it, I guess.
It's on the south side. Maybe it's been that way, I don't know.
I guess I don't.
I haven't looked up.
I usually try to watch the roads for the antennas, but that's just me.
It's a directional antenna.
I would say I'd just hop up there and check it real quick, but that's a chore in itself getting up there.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a good thing they have partitions where you can take a break.
Yeah.
But
Well, anything else for Ty?
Yeah, I asked you a couple of weeks ago, I said something to Margaret about that driveway up there to Piccadilly. There's about that much of a drop off. And there's a couple a real bad place down there across the street from Sid's garage, and it needs to be fixed. If somebody, 2 cars meet there, the guy going down the hill is gonna tear his car up.
is that the same spot I had you fix before, Ty?
And over by the VFW.
Bad, yeah. Somebody's
V's,
gonna
the
fall
V's
off.
is their driveway.
Huh?
The V's is their driveway.
Well, at the end of the tube, there's a washed out spot. Somebody drug it back up. The silt will just wash back in. Needs blacktop or something in there. But Piccadilly is that one place that needs to be fixed. And there's, well, down there where Felissa lives, there's streets that get washed out places that need blacktop put in them. 2 cars meet and somebody's gonna hit
Drop
that.
the wheel off.
Give me some blacktop.
That
And give me some time.
Sewer work, it needs to be done.
Yeah, I don't know whether we're gonna have to take money out of the general fund to buy blacktop with.
And I haven't fixed the washout like in front of Sid's. I haven't fixed it yet because all this rain is gonna wash right back out. Those ponds that come off of Harley's now in Dixon runs so much water through there. That's why it washes. Tube can't hold it, runs over the tube, washes it out.
Really needs to be a bigger tube in there, that ain't but a 12-inch tube.
And it's a little bigger than that, but yeah, I agree. It could use a bigger tube. I don't disagree with that at all. But that's why it washes, because the tube can't keep up. Those 2 ponds draining in there really put a force of water through there.
Well, yeah, when you get a 4-inch rain.
Well,
or
yeah, when you
something
get- when you
like that.
get-
I don't know how big a tube you need.
When you get a 5-inch rain overnight, there ain't gonna be a tube around to hold it.
No.
No,
You gotta keep working on it, 'cause that ain't gonna do that.
that's true too.
Yeah, 'cause it is diesel, guys, it really is.
It is, it costs somebody.
Cause I'd hate to fix it one other time and it's done it again.
Has it got big rock in it and it's still washing?
It's just on the edge of the road. It's a driveway, and I don't know what the driveway's for. But the problem is right there
There's
is,
a big trailer.
The guy really don't need that driveway because,
say that, I don't know what the
VFW
purpose of the
owns it.
driveway is, but
that lot,
VFW don't own that,
the
Harley.
lot, Harley don't own the lot. The VFW bought that lot.
On the corner?
Huh?
On the corner?
Yeah,
east of the VFW, going up the hill towards like Dick Woods' house.
Oh, up the hill.
Harley just owns what he's got fenced in there.
I thought Harley just bought that from him.
Yeah, I did too.
All right, maybe
I think he
he did.
just
I
bought
thought he
it.
bought that within the last year.
Well,
Yeah, I think he has.
okay, well, maybe
I
he
may
did.
be wrong, but I
I
thought
figured
he
he
was
did.
I think he
that.
bought the V.
Cause he was working on the fence, he was building a new fence around there.
Yeah, the-
Last
Well, that lot ain't
fall,
fenced in.
last summer, last fall, something like that, he put some new
The
fence
lot's
up
not
there.
fenced in.
Right there on the east side of the VFW.
Uh-uh.
North?
There, you know, the fence goes up and then back over. There's an empty lot there. Somebody keeps it mowed. I mean, Harley,
Yeah, I thought
I
he put a
bought
fence
it.
up there.
Yeah, I think the fence room's clear to the
I
road.
figured he'd have fenced it in and used it for pasture.
It is.
They don't own it.
I'm about 99% sure it is.
You know, you go by there, it's just so common, you see it every day, you don't think about it.
I'm pretty sure it's fenced, but another problem with that washout is, well, and you know, as well as I do, that the asphalt won't stick to dirt is the problem you run into. And it's, you know, getting it to stay,
Yeah, makes sense.
but the reason it did is because the
Put the
big,
bigger rock in there, then put the blacktop.
yeah, or I can talk to Harley, if I can take the driveway out, that'll help a lot of it, because then it'll go right on down. Now, the V's driveway is gonna suffer from it more,
And their driveway's bad too.
But like I said, it's a driveway, I don't mean,
Yeah.
they need to put a load of rock or two in each drive to build them up.
There's
I mean,
There's a lot of water goes down that
they're
here.
trying to help people however we can, but I don't feel that that's the city's responsibility to build their driveways back up. I mean, that's their personal drive, I don't do it for everybody else.
My alley's bad again. Can you look at my alley, and I hate to really go up it. So if you, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, but just like that, they're all over town, so I mean,
Oh, yes.
you give me
yes.
time.
I've been trying to straddle it and everything I can.
Yeah, we know you're kinda loaded right now.
I mean, the sewer guys are pretty demanding on stuff as far as keeping locates caught up and checking the sewer and water lines and we're gonna get shorthanded real quick,
Mm.
so.
For,
So anything else for Mr. Todd?
I don't think it's too early to start thinking about cleaning up around the spur, tank strip, or parking strips and curbs.
getting ready for the annual event?
Well, Corn Fest is coming.
Gotta prioritize.
Huh?
Amen.
Prioritize.
Anything else for Todd?
You're doing a hell of a job.
Keep on
You
keeping.
need like, can you clone yourself 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, I don't know. There's some days it's be that way, but
You have anything else for us?
not that I think of. Like I said, I'm sure I'm missing something, but I'll catch you if I do. I think I don't
Well,
know.
if you think of it yet tonight, we're gonna be here for a while. it looks
Yeah,
like.
I don't know if did the skid loader tires get in? I don't know if you've seen them come
Yes,
across. We had to put
the
tires on skid
bills
loaders. so.
in there that he
That was
did.
one big bill I know that we just had. We were gonna
You
hold off.
replace those racing slicks?
There, the cords started coming through, so it was, we rode them as long as we could ride them.
Mm.
I thought they looked mighty thin.
Yeah, we were trying, but, so.
Thanks, Todd.
Yep.
Captain Chief?
I didn't make the list as this one.
No.
What's that?
You're the about the one that showed up too.
Man, did you get a chance to talk to Teresa?
She's probably been through here too.
Yeah. She might be crazier than Renee.
What she want down there?
So there's somebody went, damn near had a wreck down there. Come off that hill, one truck going east. And one of Brighton's buddies evidently was backing out of the driveway and this guy had to go through the yard to, and those kids go from her place to Goodwin's and somewhere else she was telling me.
Down by the rabbit hutches there, between there and Fifth Street.
Oh, Braden's kids over here. So Goodwin's and Braden's and
Gilbert's Parade.
Teresa's, great grandson.
Yeah, I know they called it black trucking a little back in the county. Got a plate from them.
I didn't realize that it was going on over there, but I can't imagine why they'd use that road and travel at any speed, because that's
It's a terrible road.
a horrible road.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Narrow
And go down so fast, back up narrow. Yeah, I didn't realize they had
Mine's
trouble
a
with their,
straight shot.
in that one truck.
Mm-hmm.
You guys saw a bill on the task force in there? Okay. Task force doing a great job for us. They've been doing a lot this last couple of years. Even more now that we've got Robert Close here working. The biggest thing with the task force is funding. Their funding is terrible. Their grant money's all falling out. They lost, I think it was $80,000 this year in funding that they're used to having. A lot of the other departments, I know like Randolph County and the city over there, Moberly, have pitched in. They've raised $10,000 for them between the two departments. What I would ask from us, I know the sheriff's department's doing gas and that kind of thing for them. What I would ask, I think the bill was $1,650. I'd ask that we make it $2,000 just to even it out, to kind of help our task force out. I don't think we could survive without them. They do a lot of things for us. They've got a lot of contacts that we don't have. So, I mean, that's my suggestion. We split ours with the county. It's us and the county split a share, but I think our part's $16.50. So, my recommendation would be to round that up to $2,000.
What are they kicking in the county for gas?
What's that?
How much is the county kicking in for gas?
I don't know if it's a set figure or not. It's more of a, when you're here, you know, if you need gas, we'll help you out, that kind of thing. So,
Wouldn't take long to get to $350 in gas,
oh, no, not at all, not at all. So, but,
I think it's an excellent idea.
I think it's something we need
Well,
here.
what do they
so.
do for us?
Oh, they make buys, they've got connections, I mean, they've got,
I don't see
Informants.
any prosecution.
that's on the other end, we don't prosecute. They,
Well, if you make good buys, you do.
well, I can tell you they've got buys, we've got some busts, but there were some federal busts here recently that the task force was involved in.
Well, then why don't the feds kick it?
Yeah, that'd be nice, that
Well,
would be nice. They're working on it, our head guy just went to Washington to try to get more money out of them.
Is this an
The,
annual?
well, I always
Yeah,
found
annual fund, yeah, annual.
task force to be an arrogant bunch of things that does. And not really very helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just telling you, tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, I think they've done great things.
Well, what have they done for Edina, Missouri?
We had 2 arrests this year, we've had,
Who were those?
there was one over at 801 East Clay, and I can't
Who
tell you,
was it?
I can't tell you the guy's
Can't say
name
it.
now.
Can't.
Well, if it was an arrest, he can say.
I can't think of the guy's name.
I
He
know,
was an older-
she's
he was an
saying you
older-
can't
he was
say
an
it,
older
but
guy,
it's on.
older guy that moved here, he was selling prescription pills.
Okay,
Yes, Garrett was his last name.
okay.
They got him with guns and drugs in his
All
house.
kinds of
here in town.
guns.
And then they also assisted on our federal warrants that came down, which that, a lot of that was started here and they got them in
Yeah.
Was that the
three different,
Berlin deal?
in 3 different states. So,
Berlin deal?
mhm. So. No, I'm just throwing it out there. You gotta do what you wanna do, but I think they do a very good job and they're needed, so.
I know a guy that got harassed from one of them here the other day.
That what?
Got harassed. He followed him out here at AA and he went up pretty Piccadilly to get gas and he come out and they was dragging him away. Detained him. Said he had a tail light burn out. Well, how did you know that? Becker told you, didn't he? Yeah, well, about 5 minutes later, we pulled Becker in, accused him of doing drugs, and a lot of them, and I've got proof. The next time that happens, he better have the proof. He better be there with the rest of them. The only reason that happened was he bought him a new pickup here a few weeks ago.
Nah, that's not right.
Well, all right.
That's not right.
So you're saying he was doing drugs too, huh?
No, I'm saying you don't have your story right.
All right.
Well, and neither did that, supposed
The guy's lying then.
he.
I don't think you have the whole story.
All right.
I told you this afternoon
All right.
what I know about it,
You
and
said he
I
had-
called it, and I
You
called
said he
it.
had tips.
I don't think this is the place to get into it.
Not on live video.
No.
Okay,
Anyway, everything else going good? What do you got for me?
I think you're doing a good job.
Keep
Flood,
it
I
up,
think
thank you.
everybody getting through the flood and getting back to business hopefully soon, right? Maybe?
I don't know, if I can find some wet stations. I gotta have something to work with.
Well, it's pretty wet.
Yeah, it was really wet, it went to swell in it.
Pharmacy opened up now,
Yeah, they
Pharmacy
opened
open today.
Okay.
so.
Oh, the
Farm home-
pharmacy opened
Pharmacy open
today?
and farm home's getting closer.
I got some work to do.
I think a lot of their salvage stuff was hauled out of there today, so.
They probably had volunteers for that, didn't they?
Some company, insurance company sold it.
All them
I'm
drugs?
sure. So-
Mm.
No, I was talking about the.
They
farm
held
home.
them to Clarence and then they had to deal with them from there, I think,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
All over down there, yeah.
So, yeah.
They disposed of them.
No farm and home stuff was getting taken out today, so.
Oh, those
They're
Cargo
starting
trailers.
to work on the dumpsters and stuff.
You had shelves up the other day. I was there the other day. They were putting shelves back
Yeah,
up.
they're getting close. They're
So
getting
they
close.
can move it right across the highway over there to Doug's and have a sale.
Yeah, there you go,
There you go.
there you go.
Well,
Okay.
Chief, thank you very much.
I'll check with Teresa on this and see if we can
Yeah, just let her know
get in
that.
there. 'Cause that's Marion as well. I mean, we got stop signs at Brent's right there, but I guess that's.
It's sad we gotta
that's
do
blocked
that.
Across.
People drive around these town streets and don't realize it. If they hit a
So-
kid, it's over.
Yes.
There's nothing, yeah, there wouldn't be anything from here on to East Street.
Hey, I'm not too sure.
Well, there probably isn't anything there.
No, it's
I was
Brent's.
thinking there
It'd be
was
at Brent's. Brent's is a stop
Right,
sign.
the
There's
next
nothing
one
from,
over.
there's nothing from Brent's to East
So
Street.
even just to slow down kids or something.
Maybe. Yield sign or something. Maybe see what ties.
Speed
got down
bump.
there. Yeah, it might be a good place for a speed bump.
Speed
Sounds to me like
They
fly
topped that
over
hill in
anywhere
the air.
we
Yeah.
need
There's already about 15 speed
I'm gonna say there's already built-in speed bumps there.
Yeah.
Speed bump.
So,
to. Yeah, we have one.
no, it's not really portable, you have to
Bore it in the
spike
ground,
it,
but-
spike it in the
Yeah.
ground.
They
but-
can't be taken out and moved.
I wasn't where
Well,
We had it
got
on
one.
Broadway Street a couple of
Right,
years ago.
Schroeder's.
Had more complaints
Yeah.
about the speed bump than we did about the speed.
Speeders.
Yes.
Yeah, poor old Pop, Lawrence likes to sit outside in his lawn chair and watch
Yeah.
cars go by. Well, everybody just assumed that Lawrence was the one who called who got it, so everybody that drove by would flip him off or give him. And poor old Lawrence is just sitting there trying to sell a tomato. Watch the cars. He received a lot of abuse out of the deal. As far as other departments, I talked to Mike Wright today, and he said he really didn't have anything to add, that they had, we had barely survived the flood. It didn't quite get in the building, but they had put everything up on the shelves and tried to get ready to disconnect the power and let her go if the water would've got any higher, but
Did you see the live streams from the sewer plant?
no.
We went live from there throughout. I think there was about 3
When the water was coming up and looked like it was
when it was
going in.
coming up, and then when it was like it was coming in, and then
So are those still on the website then?
yeah, and I uploaded them to my YouTube channel too, so you can watch them on your phones now.
Well, you know. So anyway, I guess he and his wife just moved from, they got, Alan's house, I guess, pulled off and moved out there.
Who did?
Mike, right? I
Who
guess
bought his house?
I don't know who bought his house. I didn't ask that, but he bought Alan's house. So he's moved to the farm, not very far from town. Let's see. Next item would be application for building permits. Leslie and Linda Woods.
Yeah, but I don't like the idea of 1 to 2 years.
It says right down here, they have to do it within a year, so what's this 1 to 2 years?
I think he said, that the gist of it was, he was getting the permit, he wasn't really sure if they were gonna do it or not.
Oh, Leslie, if he starts it, he'll have it done well within a year.
Oh, yeah. And
Is the
no-
permit's good for a year, is that okay?
It says right there, on the bottom of the road, the bottom sentence.
Their house on Lafayette.
It's gone.
It's
It's
gone.
gone, yeah. Sharon Colors is the closest. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I'd say let's approve it, but tell him, that it's good for 1 year. And if he's welcome to reapply.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll have any, since there's no fee involved.
Is this an alley right here?
Yeah.
Any problem with that? Knowing Leslie and Linda, it'll look nice, and I don't think it'll cause any problem. The chair would entertain a motion to approve.
I make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. And a second from Mr. Stansberry. You're a little late, Your Honor.
You can first be, raised for the task force and I'll second it. Come on. I know you can do it.
Any further discussion? There being no further discussion, all those in favor, raise your hand. There being, any abstentions, any nays? Are there nays? What? You guys got me rattled now. Nays, same sign. Abstentions, same sign. Madam Clerk, 6 ayes, no nays, no abstentions. But let Leslie and Linda get the building. Brian and Winona Banks at 505 North Fulton want to build a garage and storage building, a 30 by 40 building, 2x6 wood construction with the metal outside. KC Builders, and the estimated date of completion will be mid-August to the 1st of September.
They don't really say where they want it. I would guess where they tore down the house next to them would be my first guess.
That's where they got some parking.
So I don't see a problem with that location.
No, Brian and Winona, it'll look
That'll
nice.
be beautiful. And I like their mid-August, the 1st of September, that's more than 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, quicker than 2 years.
Well, the chair would entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Kricksizer. Is there a second? Thank you, Mr. Strange. Any further discussion? There being no further discussion, all those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All those abstaining, same sign. Madam Clerk, I count 6 ayes. No nays, no abstentions. The motion is passed. Unfinished business. Well, if you think anything, we'll come back to that. Under new business, we have a sheltered workshop recycling trailer is our first item of discussion.
Better than the one you had.
Yeah, better than the one that we had out on the lot, yeah.
Well, I guess the sheltered workshop at Kirksville has been coming down to Edina and picking up cardboard and various things, working with businesses to help keep stuff out of the waste stream, which, saves us money. The less stuff we have to haul to the landfill, the less it costs the city of Edina.
What is that? Can I see that?
They come by the farm shop, they pick a lot of cardboard from the farm shop.
They come by the building down, our building.
Yeah.
That like cubbies in
Leave one on, there's two there.
Well, they may, but they wouldn't charge us. Yeah, I didn't think they did. So it is a 24-foot.
They would, and they came and spoke at a Rotary meeting, and they talked about that they had a recycling trailer that they kept at Walmart in Kirksville for the citizens of Kirksville. And I said, well, do you have any more of them? Said, we'd be happy to host one here in beautiful downtown Edina. They said, no, we don't have any right now, but apparently they came up with one somewhere. And their plan would be to, like, have this sit here for a few days or a week, and then they'd take it to the next town for a few days or a week, and then, so it'd only be here 1 week a month.
Is that the one that, is that the same thing that?
You can put plastic and cardboard and aluminum and glass.
Well, the one at Walmart is.
I don't know if they
like
take
a-
glass
and
at
it-
this time.
They said there's a sign on the side that tells what they take.
Door that lays down, you walk out. that's-
Where would they?
Well.
Well, at the time, I was thinking right here, since there's nothing ever on city hall parking lot, that, now all of a sudden we've got construction headquarters here.
Outside.
Just for information, there's also an aluminum bin at the Nice Columbus Hall for.
Yeah, I saw that
KCCDC would.
Saturday night. I didn't know they, so how long has that been there?
Part of the parking lot.
Or about a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could ask community development if we could put it on the corner of the parking lot across the street until we get construction central all cleared out here.
For special one.
by April 17th of 2016.
I'm like Rick though, I don't like all that trash around the outside of it.
Who's gonna, yeah, keep it?
Well,
Or
it's
if
only
that's
here for
Kirksville, it's
one,
gonna be a lot more, yeah, they got a lot bit more, if that's Kirksville.
that's the one,
That's the
as
one
I
at
keep saying,
Walmart.
Ty took the picture, and this is a Walmart parking lot, right?
And I just looked it up online, and what that trailer at Walmart takes is cardboard, newspaper, books, magazines, and plastic.
Yeah, aluminum glass at
They
this
don't
time.
take the glass or aluminum. That's what this one says at Walmart. It says it takes these things.
And of course, it's the kind of thing that, if it doesn't work out, I mean, if you are running it over with trash or whatever, why, say, hey, forget it. I mean, that's what we did with what they put on
I'm
the
kinda
lot.
disappointed they're not doing aluminum though. I thought that would be a good place to put cans.
They probably didn't get as much, just.
Well,
because
that's a
they're-
possibility,
It just says that
but
trailer, so they might have another trailer that does
I
take.
think we should try
We
it.
have a lot of people asking about recycling, a lot of people would like to
Under the
recycle.
water tower, who's the city
A lot of people would like to recycle.
I think we're talking
What
like
do
that
they
back
need
here
from
once
us?
we've been in the parking lot.
Just a thumbs up.
Approval to set it here for a week out of the
Yeah, I
month?
just told her,
I move that we give them a thumbs up.
okay, good.
And then we'll just have to decide whether to put it,
Yes,
yeah, like,
sir.
we put it down at the old city barn. You know, there's not enough people watching it down
Yeah.
there. I'd rather have
I
it
would too,
up here
That's
where,
too close to the city dumpster, we have to sit down there a day or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
right.
Get confused on what they're doing there.
Yeah, no, it doesn't need to be down there.
So until we get this, would it be okay to set it over there, John?
I wouldn't know why we couldn't.
Or under the water tower? I never thought of that. That'd make it easy to find. Well,
That
where's your
would.
recycling deal? Well, it's under the water tower.
That would maybe even be better, a little more visibility.
That way Debney could keep an eye on it from his office.
You're right.
There you go.
Yeah, Sherry. She might have to turn her chair around or mount a mirror so she can see.
Yeah, a mirror, a real pretty mirror.
So under the water tower, we like that better?
Where was the other one? Right across the street?
Slightly-
Yeah, by the Great
slightly
Wall of Edina.
catty-cornered.
Yeah.
I like the water tower better, I think.
That'd be better. People use this for parking lot.
On occasion, they do.
Yeah.
Law
They
days
could
and
pull
such
off
and
the
so
road
forth.
over there and do their recycling and.
But with Corn
No,
Fest
it's a
coming up,
good
they
place
might be in
to
the
park.
way over there, too.
Yeah, these
Make
guys
sure
will
it's
be,
not that week.
these guys will be out
Oh,
of
yeah,
here.
that's right.
Have them bring it the week after or something.
Yeah.
I just think we need to leave it in the city law.
Ty says they'll
myself.
be-
That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
Is it
these
gonna
guys aren't-
stink?
These guys aren't camping out here for the whole direction, they just kept their stuff here while they've been
Okay.
street fitter closed, they'll be out of the parking lot pretty
Oh.
soon.
Okay.
It's not gonna stink?
Well, if
And
they're
there
still
is-
here, we'll try it under the water tower for the first week and then we'll move it down here.
But make sure
Sounds
not
good.
Corn Fest.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, but,
No one in here to.
Newspapers, cardboard, and
Nobody ever
don't
plastic.
want to
They're
open
not
the car.
supposed to.
Is that right?
I don't know why they can't do aluminum. A lot of
They
people
bothered up under the
buy
fire-
soda
fire-
in cans.
So Bill made a motion and Ron seconded to go ahead and participate in the recycling program by allowing them to put the trailer, the sheltered workshop, what do we call them? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All those abstaining, same sign. Madam Clerk, I count 6 ayes, no nays, no abstentions, motion passes.
Will that be on the same week every month, or?
Yes,
To where
or at
we can
least
kinda
that's the
schedule
way
it?
she expressed to me, they would take it to other towns, and so you would have your set, you know, like the second week of the month or something.
So it'd be
each town.
something we could put in the paper and let
Right,
everybody know.
yeah, when we find out, we'll get it all publicized.
Now, we have proposed ordinance number 698, authorizing reading of future ordinances by title only. Here's a letter from Thomas J. Debney, attorney at law. Dear Margaret, After our recent special meeting, I did some additional research regarding the current statutory guidelines associated with fourth-class cities and the enactment of ordinances. Following this research, I understood why Ms. Elliott and Mr. Bross had different experiences in other municipalities in connection with the adoption of the bond ordinance. There is a statute which authorizes bill to be read by title only prior to their acceptance as an ordinance by the Board of Aldermen. However, to the best of my knowledge, the Board of Aldermen have never adopted an ordinance accepting this statutory language as the approved method governing the city of Edina. I went back and reviewed the 1951 revised ordinances, and a full initial reading was required in the 1951 ordinance book. Obviously, there was a significant period of time which I was not involved in assisting the city or providing legal services, but I have no recollection or knowledge of the 1951 ordinance ever being amended or repealed. Therefore, it is my opinion that it was appropriate for us to continue to utilize our best practice and have an initial full reading of the lengthy ordinance with respect to the bond approval. However, going forward, it would be my recommendation to the Board of Aldermen that this process be streamlined and improved. Therefore, I have taken the liberty of preparing a new proposed ordinance which accepts and approves the statutory language included within RSMO 79.130.1. I am enclosing this proposed ordinance herein. I have had a brief discussion with Mayor Strickler concerning this matter, and it is my understanding that he supports the submission of this bill to the Board of Aldermen at the next regular meeting. As the old rules govern until the new ordinance is approved, this bill should be read once in its entirety, as it is our existing custom. In the event that either you or Mayor Strickler should have questions concerning this matter, please feel free to contact me. In the event that the Board of Aldermen accept and approve the proposed ordinance, please provide me with a copy of the same following its execution and attestation. Very truly yours, Thomas J. Debney. So, if it would please the board, I present ordinance number 698, bill number 698, for your consideration. It's only 16 pages, so it's not nearly as long as the, no, it's only 2 pages. An ordinance specifically approving the method for adopting further future ordinances set forth within section 79.130.1 of the revised statutes of the state of Missouri, and repealing any prior ordinance previously adopted by the city of Edina, Missouri Board of Aldermen in conflict therewith. Whereas section 79.130.1 of the revised statutes of the state of Missouri set forth a procedure applicable to fourth-class cities relating to the approved method in which ordinances may be enacted, the terms and conditions of said statute, RSMO 79.130.1, being the following, to wit: the style of the ordinance of the city shall be it ordained by the Board of Aldermen of the city of blank as follows. No ordinance shall be passed except by bill, and no bill shall become an ordinance unless on its final passage a majority of the members elected to the Board of Aldermen shall vote for it, and the ayes and nays be entered on the journal. Every proposed ordinance shall be introduced to the Board of Aldermen in writing, and shall be read in title or in full 2 times prior to passage. Both readings may occur at a single meeting of the Board of Aldermen. If the proposed ordinance is read by title only, copies of the proposed ordinance shall be made available for public inspection prior to the time the bill is under consideration by the Board of Aldermen. No bill shall become an ordinance until it shall have been signed by the mayor or person exercising the duties of the mayor's office, or shall have been passed over the mayor's veto as provided as herein provided. Whereas the Board of Aldermen of the City of Edina, Missouri desire to streamline, modernize, simplify, and revise the method of ordinance approval heretofore utilized by the City of Edina, Missouri, and to repeal any and all portions of the revised ordinances of the City of Edina, Missouri previously adopted, which are in conflict with the provisions of RSMO 79.130.1. or which impose any additional burden, requirement, or obligation upon the city or upon the Board of Aldermen not specifically set forth within RSN 079.130.1. Now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Edina, Missouri as follows. Section number 1, adoption and approval of the method providing for the passage of city ordinances as specified within RSN 079.130.1. The Board of Aldermen specifically approve, accept, and direct that from and after the adoption of this ordinance, the method for approving and enacting future ordinances set forth within RSM 079.130.1 as specified above shall be accepted by the Board of Aldermen and shall further be in full force and effect. Section number 2, revocation and repeal of all prior ordinances conflicting with the procedures for the adoption of ordinances set forth herein. All prior ordinances previously accepted, enacted, or approved by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Edina, Missouri, specifically including all prior ordinances set forth within the revised ordinances of the City of Edina, Missouri, adopted in 1951, or any ordinance thereafter in conflict with the provision of this ordinance shall, from and after the acceptance and approval of the same, are repealed, revoked, and of no future legal effect or consequence, and impose no further or continuing burden or obligation upon the Board of Aldermen in connection with ordinances which may be submitted for consideration and approval by the Board of Aldermen after the effective date of this ordinance. Section 3, effective date. This ordinance shall take effect and be in full force from and after its passage and acceptance by the Board of Aldermen and approval by the mayor, passed by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Edina, Missouri, and approved by the mayor this 13th day of July, 2015. Well, if we like, yes, Your Honor.
I move we adopt this.
So should you recommend that we have a second reading by title only?
I do, by title only.
Is there a second to that motion? Thank you, Mr. Winter. All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All those abstaining, same sign. Bill number 698, ordinance number 698, an ordinance specifically approving the method for adopting future ordinances set forth within section 79.130.1 of the revised statutes of the state of Missouri and repealing any prior ordinance previously adopted by the City of Edina, Missouri Board of Aldermen in conflict therewith. Thank you, Mr. Alberti. Well, there it is. So, motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the ordinance 698.
Thank you, and a second from Mr. Stansberry. And as we always do with ordinances, we'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Ms. Crooksizer?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Stansberry? Mr. Alberti?
Yes.
Mr. Strange?
Yes.
Yep.
Mr. Winter? Have you tallied the votes?
Looks like 6 ayes, no nays.
Well, that is excellent. I know we can't get back to hour and a half times however many people were here.
Yeah.
That's time lost forever.
I felt sorry for you and Tom.
Yeah.
I don't know how those senators do that filibuster stuff where they go on days and days. Oh, here's 2 copies. How many more would you like?
You can have mine.
Margaret, have you thought about it, Tom, about the notice provisions of that?
Have I talked to Tom about what?
Well, it says, the proposed ordinances to be read by title only, copies of the proposed ordinance will be made available for public inspection prior to the time the bill is under consideration by the board.
So is it good enough just to post it, that it's available? I mean, we always have.
Well, I said, you
No, we haven't
didn't-
talked about
You might ask Tom, but I would think maybe when you post the
meeting.
notice, just attach a copy of that at the same time.
Okay.
If that's good enough for the sunshine law, it should be good enough for this.
Yeah.
Unless he tells you different.
Okay. Yeah.
We usually know in advance of it.
Right, yes, oh yes, we always, yeah, it's not like something just pops up, yeah.
But I would just use the same posting requirements. Sunshine law.
Sunshine law,
Yeah.
okay.
Can we go back to unfinished business?
We can.
As far as Kelly with the drug task force, what do we think we need to do? Is there any way we can maybe do gas cards at our local businesses for them to use here, like the county's doing, giving them gas money?
That's an idea.
As a
Although I got the impression from this end of the
Well-
table that they kind of wanted to let them eat dirt.
I'm for giving them the $2,000. If it'll help them out. I think they're
Well, we
wor-
gotta
I think
pay
they're
the
worthy.
$16.50 anyway.
Right, so I said, why not just up it?
Well, we split it with the county though.
No.
Yeah, we're just gonna bump it $3.50 is all.
What are we, is it a group thing that's volunteer?
Yeah, back when
basically?
Roger was here, where it was like, okay, yeah, we started doing it, and then he's like, okay, we're not really doing this any good, and so.
They were shorthanded, everybody
Quit
was working
paying
from over
it.
the area, it seemed like.
Yeah,
and
he said they never
we
seem
weren't
to
getting-
show
we
up
weren't
in
getting
Knox
much over
County.
here.
It's gotta be a deterrent in itself, even without a bus, knowing they're around.
There's that theory, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's up to you guys. We've already approved the $16.50 that's in there. If you want to add to it, that's absolutely fine. And I think we've gotten more out of it as Roger and Kelly put more into it. You know, and told them that we wanted them up here. I think that helped us get them up here a little more. And refocus from not just a neighborly.
Attended the meetings and stuff helped quite a bit too.
Yeah, yeah, if you don't care enough to come
We show
down and go to
interest,
the
but-
meetings, yeah, but.
Squeaky wheel gets squeezed.
That's what somebody else told me today. Let's try that tomorrow. You don't wanna know.
With that, I'll make a motion, we go with the chief's suggestion of rounding it off to $2,000.
No, no.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to go ahead and add the other $3.50 as per the chief's suggestion. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it. I have no problem with the drug task force. I'm fine with it.
Okay, is there any further discussion? All those in favor? of the
May,
mo-
yeah. Are there other bills here where we could send other people money they're not asking for?
Sure there is.
Well, I mean, they asked for $16.50, we gave it to them, now, here, White Castle. They asked for $835, maybe we could round it off to 1,000.
That's up to you guys get to do that.
Yeah, they did.
You
they
get to make
did-
that decision.
They didn't
After we get
send
through
a,
this, I'm gonna move to send the White Castle an
now Missouri Rural
extra
Water,
150.
Missouri Rural Water always request extra money and we don't send it. They have a membership dues and then they say, okay, we like to do a lot of lobbying and send some more money if you can, but we don't send it. So no, the drug task force didn't send us a letter asking for.
Does Robert Becker get any of it?
Excuse me?
Robert Becker get any of it?
Gets a paycheck from them every month.
Let's vote.
Yes. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor of the motion, raise your hand. All those opposed, raise your hand. All those abstaining, raise your hand. Madam Clerk, I count 4 ayes, 2 nays, no abstentions. So the motion passes.
I think he's gonna have Becker stop me on the way home. I've been looking for it. Well, I'm not kidding.
Under new business, item C, the 2014 audit, which you saw the bill for which you saw the bill. Is that more grammatically correct?
Okay.
Wayland Stables.
Maybe it's the middle of it, I saw that name.
To the Honorable Mayor and Board of Aldermen, City of Edina, dated July 10th, 2015. We have audited the financial statements of the governmental activities, the business type activities, the aggregate discretely presented component units, each major fund, and the aggregate remaining fund information of the City of Edina, Missouri for the year ended December 31, 2014. Professional standards require that we provide you with information about our responsibilities under generally accepted audit standards, as well as certain information relating to the plan, scope, and timing of our audit. We have communicated such information in our letter to you dated May 1st, 2015. Professional standards also require that we communicate to you the following information related to our audit. Significant audit findings, qualitative aspects of accounting practices. Management is responsible for the selection and use of appropriate accounting policies. The significant accounting policies used by City of Edina, Missouri are described in Note 1 of the financial statements. No new accounting policies were adopted, and the application of existing policies were not changed during 2014. We noted no transactions entered into by City of Edina, Missouri during the year for which there is a lack of authoritative guidance or consensus. All significant transactions have been recognized in the financial statements in the proper period. Accounting estimates are an integral part of the financial statements prepared by management and are based on management's knowledge and experience about past and current events and assumptions about future events. Certain accounting estimates are particularly sensitive because of their significance to the financial statements and because of the possibility that future events affecting them may differ significantly from those expected. There were no significant estimates made during the year. The financial statement disclosures are neutral, consistent, and clear. Difficulties encountered in performing the audit. We encountered no significant difficulties in dealing with management in performing and completing our audit. Corrected and uncorrected misstatements. Professional standards require us to accumulate all known and likely misstatements identified during the audit, other than those that are clearly trivial, and communicate them to the appropriate level of management. Management has corrected all such misstatements. In addition, none of the misstatements detected as a result of audit procedures and corrected by management were material, either individually or in the aggregate, to each opinion unit's financial statements taken as a whole. Disagreements with management. For purposes of this letter, a disagreement with management is a financial, accounting, reporting, or auditing matter, whether or not resolved to our satisfaction, that could be significant to the financial statement or the auditor's report. We are pleased to report no such disagreements arose during the course of our audit. Management representations. We have requested certain representations from management that are included in the management representation letter dated July 10th, 2015. Management consultations with other independent accountants. In some cases, management may decide to consult with other accountants about auditing and accounting matters, similar to obtaining a second opinion on certain situations. If a consultation involves application of an accounting principle to City of Edina, Missouri's financial statements, or determination of the type of auditor's opinion that may be expressed on those statements. Our professional standards require the consulting accountant to check with us to determine that the consultant has all the relevant facts. To our knowledge, there were no such consultations with other accountants. Other audit findings or issues. We generally discuss a variety of matters, including the application of accounting principles and auditing standards with management each year prior to retention as City of Edina, Missouri's auditors. However, these discussions occurred in the normal course of our professional relationship, and our responses were not a condition to our retention. Other matters. With respect to the supplementary information accompanying the financial statements, we made certain inquiries of management and evaluated the form, content, and methods of preparing the information to determine that the information complies with accounting principles generally accepted in the U.S. of A. The method of preparing it has not changed from the prior period, and the information is appropriate and complete in relation to our audit of the financial statements. We compared and reconciled the supplementary information to the underlying accounting records used to prepare the financial statements or to the financial statements themselves. Restrictions on use. This information is intended solely for the use of the City Council and management of City of Edina, Missouri, and is not intended to be and should not be used by anyone other than these specified parties. Yours very truly, Wade Staples, PC certified public accountant. Now, in the olden days where they used to have findings, you would immediately turn to the back and look at the findings. And the findings in a small town would always say that you need more separation of duties, that, but we understand that due to only having, two people in the office, you can only separate the duties down so far, and so this is as good as it gets. That is the finding you always get in a small town. Unless, of course, you were out of whack and had major problems, and then that was listed in the findings. But we never had any of that, have never had any of that. And again, findings, it's here on page 37. Significant deficiencies, finding 2014-001, segregation of duties. Recommendation: the City of Edina should segregate duties the best they can. Mail should be opened by an employee not responsible for accounting. Cash receipts should be recorded and deposits prepared by someone other than the employee responsible for posting to the cash receipts journal. Bank statements, canceled checks, and appropriate advices should be received by someone other than the employee maintaining cash records. And response: the lack of segregation of duties has been evaluated, and we have determined that it is not financially feasible to segregate all duties. The mail will now be opened by an employee that is not responsible for accounting. We will continue to be attentive to the situation. It should also be noted that the city treasurer reviews all reports on a monthly basis, and that is the only finding for the City of Edina. No problem. No problems whatsoever, at least audit-wise.
Good job, Margaret.
Yes, good job, Margaret. And Melissa.
And Melissa.
Melissa, is she still here?
Oh, I hope she went home hours ago, but.
No, I'm still working on it.
Oh, God bless you.
She got a paper cut open in the middle of it.
Oh, no. Well, we could stay here for a couple of hours and take turns reading pages out of this to
Why don't we all take a copy home and read it, and if we have questions, discuss them at the next meeting?
And Peggy hasn't had a chance yet, we just received these today, and she's vacationing, so she hasn't had a chance to look over it.
Mr. Alberti, I think that is a wonderful idea.
And it's a great
I
idea.
like it. I like it a lot. Any other new business? Any other unfinished business, new business?
Unfinished, Kelly, what about some of the yards that still haven't been mowed?
Got two that haven't been. Bruce Mason and Maggie Morales.
What about, like on Queensbrook House, they mowed it once, and that's it.
It's been mowed once, yeah.
And the one next to it, Alicia's,
Yep,
and the church, the old Baptist church.
those have all been mowed once. Got two that haven't been mowed yet.
Yeah, but
Bruce
pretty
Mason, they, made arrangements today, and Morales got a ticket today, so that has to go through the court. Mason's contacted Watson's, I believe, they're on vacation, but they'll do it when they get back, he says.
There's just still a lot of yards that are not very good.
The chair would entertain a motion to close part of the meeting pursuant to Missouri Statute 610.021, subsection 3, hiring, firing, disciplining, or promoting of particular employees by a public governmental body when personal information about the employee is discussed or recorded.
Nobody was.
Or we could just go home.
I make a motion to go into closed session.
No.
We usually do this by roll call.
Roll
don't
call.
we? Mr. Strange, Mr. Winter.
Yes.
Mr. Alberti.
Yes.
Ms. Edwards. Mr. Stansberry. Ms. Brookside.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So long.